Hello and welcome to this midday market mood check with me Nandita, Khemka and my colleague Yatin Mota. Well Yatin, day after the budget we had thought that the volatility will subside, but there is no sign of that happening because the Nifty has been trading in a wide range between 17,450 to 17,600.
Right.
If you talk about the losers in today's session is the metals and energy basket that are the top losers. But Yatin,
how
let's
do you
also
forget the Adani Group?
I did not forget, I was just coming to it. Wait for it. So Adani Group stocks have of course been extending its slide. Yesterday we saw losses to the tune of 35% or thereabouts on some of the shares, and today as well most of the stocks are locked at lower circuit.
Correct.
But Adani Group chairman of course came out and issued a clarification about why the FPO was called off, and that investors' interests matter above more above anything else, right? So that is why I think that's one group of stocks that's in focus. And on the Nifty 500 most of the shares that are on the losing end are the Adani Group shares.
Right.
But let's also talk about some gainers. We are always talking about the losers. So FMCG and IT are two pockets that are gaining in a weakish market. Let's talk about the FMCG pack first. Britannia reported good set of numbers, and because of that stock is buoyant.
Right.
ITC, that stock is at record high. Despite that 16% levy, plus we have ITC reporting earnings tomorrow. But you tell us first about why the stock is buoyant after falling so much yesterday, and then
on an average tomorrow. On a budget day, if you look at ITC, the average volatility over the past 7-10 budgets is 5 to 6%. Yesterday the move was around 10% intraday. Obviously, when the finance minister announced that they're increasing taxes on cigarettes,
it fell 6%.
We had knee-jerk reaction on ITC, but the stock ended the day in the green because the natural calamity surcharge or cess or tax, whatever you call it, is 10% as a proportion of taxes on cigarettes, and that was increased by 16%. So broadly, the analyst committee did believe that the impact of the tax increase is hardly 1 or 2%, and 1 or 2%.
That's lower than what was being expected, right?
Expected range was 5 to 10%.
Okay.
So that did not happen. So probably the street went bullish because there is always nervousness for the stock when it moves into the budget, and obviously as you're mentioning there is results, and the stock is at record highs. So clearly ITC, one of the most spoken stocks in 2020, 2021, has done a good job in 22, and 23, which is the current calendar year, is also very strong for the company in terms of the stock returns.
Right. As I mentioned about some of the mid-cap movers, we have the Adani Group shares that are dominating the Nifty 500 losers list. But I think on the winning side, we have KPIT Tech.
That stock is also at a record high.
It's up 7 to 8% or thereabouts. Any other mid-cap movers that warrant speaking about?
So in terms of mover and shakers, obviously we have Britannia's parent, BBTC. That stock is up 7%. Wellspun India, Varroc Engineering, all of these stocks are moving in trade. But as Nandita was mentioning, the Nifty 500 stocks, the first four are Adani Group stocks. Adani Enterprises, as we speak, is down 15%, and the stock went up as high as 10%. So almost from the day's high, we are looking at a 20-25% cut. Adani Total Gas, Adani Green, and Adani Transmission. These are the three cash segment stocks of Adani Group, which are locked in lower circuit. Nandita, Birla Soft, and one of their biggest clients, which is a medical device company in the US, has filed for bankruptcy, and because they filed bankruptcy, there is a loss of business which is possible as far as that counter is concerned, and hence before the results, which are supposed to come today, the stock is down almost 8.5%. Stock was down as high as 10% intraday. So some concerns coming in for that particular stock. The only Adani Group stock which I can see which is in the green is Ambuja Cement, which is up 4%. But look at the new 52-week highs. Britannia, after the earnings, has hit a 52-week high. Polycab, IIFL, Blue Star, KPIT Technologies, ITC obviously is at life high. So these are some of the stocks which are gaining momentum in trade today.
Right. Yatin, talking about more cues. So the major event is out of the way, which is the budget. But next week we have the RBI policy, and as we know, overnight Fed has hiked rates by expected quarter basis points. But the thing is that they haven't said that, they haven't given any indication that they will be pausing just yet. They've said, okay, fine, there's more work to be done.
But the commentary, I think the direction of the Fed was good. They are expecting that inflation is peaking. They are concerned about growth, but if you look at the perception of the market, they now feel that the US markets will have a soft landing in terms of recession and slow down. and probably I think RBI will also take cues from the global sentiments. The budget obviously also provides some data points to the
leg
RBI.
room for them to actually
and
look
if you look at the government's borrowing program for FY24 BE, that is 16 lakh crores. Street was anticipating 17 to 18 lakh crores. So I think the government borrowings are also much below the street expectation or around that expectation line. So I suppose RBI should take cognizance of that and should be
looking
meeting market expectations.
Yeah, market expectations earlier was that last time they would hike by whatever percentage points and then pause, but then there was room for another hike, and that is what the market was expecting till now. But let's see next week whether the RBI actually goes in with another quarter percentage point hike, which was being expected, or they look at a pause. Any which ways, we are expecting the next hike to be the last one.
Correct.
Right. So, well, with that, I think we are done for this midday market mood check. But for other financial news and more market updates, stay tuned to Moneycontrol.